Hello. Why do I say that? Namaskar, namaskar, namaskaram. Oh, I decided to come on live even though I've just been creating some content, so some short form content, and I created a YouTube video finally. I know. It had been a while. So I was just speaking so much. I think I don't know how long it's been since I've been speaking. And then I decided to go on live, and now I'm gonna be speaking even more, so that is going to be fun. But maybe I'll just let everybody take the reins and just take it a little bit easy. Um today's the 7th of November. It's my solo return tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited. Even though it's weird, I feel like I haven't been, like, of course it has been on my mind. The only thing that I was really excited about was the fact that I'm entering a new personal year. I just have a really good feeling about life, about what's coming up, where I'm at, where I'm meant to be going. And I just feel good. I feel like a baby that's being cradled by the goddess. And I'm just like, yeah, I want this. And she's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, ah. To be honest, I don't do that. But maybe I do sometimes. Who knows? But yeah, I feel taken care of, I feel good. I feel like everything is good. So yeah. I had a dream last night. I had a dream. And it was a really cool dream because in the dream, hey Jeremy, I was talking about my dream. So in my dream last night, there were things happening and it was making me feel stressed. And it's almost like I'm not lucid, like I don't know that I'm dreaming, but I have high awareness in my dreams. And then yeah, so stressful things were happening in my dream, right? And then I remember becoming aware of the fact that, oh, okay, real life is like a dream. When you realize it's just like a dream, your suffering disappears, right? Like in a dream, let's say you're going through something really stressful, like there's a problem and it feels real. Of course it feels real. It's happening to you. You're there, right? So when you're just relaxed. Jeez, JK. Okay, sending him to India. I'm kidding. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a dream, Remy, that I had. And hey, I had a dream. I'll tell you again. I had a dream, and in the dream, something stressful was happening. I can't remember what. It was something regarding my father, I think. I don't know. Something was happening, okay? Like something had gone to, like, it was being problematic. Hey, Christopher. And then what happened? So, obviously, I was in the dream, right? I think it's like this is really happening to me. Then what happened was that eventually I remember having this realization that, oh, it's just a dream. It's not real. And life, like right now, this is a dream. What's the difference between this and when you're dreaming? That feels real. Like, let's say you're having a dream, right? I know you're dreaming. I come in your dream and I'm like, oh, I know you're dreaming. And I'm like, look, you're dreaming. This is just a dream. And you're like, no, these things feel real. These people feel real. It's my family members. I can touch things. It must be real. Then I'm like, no, life is just a dream, okay? It is nothing real. It's not the truth. The truth is that which lasts forever. This is not going to last forever. This is impermanent. So it's a dream, right? It's intangible. Yeah, it's intangible. Everything is intangible, essentially, right? Because everything is like a simulation, a hologram. So I woke up and I was like, whoa, if people just knew that life was just a dream, they wouldn't have so much suffering, right? Because you take everything so seriously. Oh my god, my girlfriend broke up with me, this happened, oh my god, I just lost my job, oh my god, someone was just mean to me, someone just looked at me funnily, oh no, someone cheated on me. Like, yeah, I get it, granted, you know, these things may feel painful in the moment, and that's okay. Hi, Jocelyn. It's good to honor those feelings. Feel them, okay? That's what we're here to do. We're here to feel everything. But you don't need to take it so seriously. It's not that serious. And I feel like this is the state, I know this is the state that enlightened beings live in. They know everything is just a dream. You know, where they're always like lost in their own world. I get that now. Like, it all just makes so much sense to me. And they just think everything's funny, and then like people come to them like, oh my god, I have this problem, and I have this problem, I have this problem, and I may only make 20k a year, but I want to make 50, or I only make 100 million, but I want to make 200 million. And they're just looking at them like, dude, this is just a dream. It's like Monopoly. I love using this example of Monopoly, because winning in life is like winning in Monopoly. Dream state and conscious state is just a different perspective of reality. Exactly. Ayush, who am I? I am Priya. Well, I'm consciousness in this vessel. Je suis Priya. Hey Dano. Hey Vicky. How are we? Oh my god, the sun and the lighting is just on my side today. The gods are shining down on me, as always. But yeah, life is just a dream. What can I say? Like, it's not meant to be so deep. And then you can just relax. You know, I mentioned this, what do? I change people's lives. That's what I do. Thank you, Tinsei. Am I in London? No. Hi, Prasengi. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, one thing I realized was that we're so caught up in, first of all, the outside world, right? We can hear our senses like, oh, look, there's a car here, there's people here, there's wind here, how do I change people's lives? Well, first of all, people have to be open to having their lives changed. So a perspective shift. I help them realize who they are, like remember their truth. And how? By giving them money or taking money? Well, I mean, you're here and it's for free, so I'm giving this advice out for free. I'm not asking you for any money. Besides, I can give you the thing that will benefit you more than me giving you money will benefit you. Because depending on your level, like your frequency, the amount of money I give you, like for example, lottery ticket winners, right? Who plays the lottery? A lot of times people from a lower, lower salary class play the lottery, right? Then they have a particular vibration, they have a particular mentality, they win the lottery, they end up poorer when they win, right? Because they can't handle that amount of money. So if I were to give you money, it may actually ruin you, whereas I'm helping you awaken, like to who you really are. We live in a very small part of reality. The past are just memories, and the future only dreams. This moment is the only one that is real. Exactly, Christopher. We can make our dreams come into reality. Exactly, you can. People love you. Thanks, VJ. Why do you want to love that? Okay. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. Oh, do you agree? And what is your name, Priya? My name is Priya. Yeah, I agree. There is no fate but the one that you make for yourselves. Well, that's what I'm here to tell you, that you can change your fate by changing your imagination, by changing what you take to be true in your life, by looking at your beliefs, your thoughts, your values, and then changing those to fit what you want, and essentially just making you understand what reality is, like what is the real reality, because reality isn't the thing that you see here. I'm not reality. Like, you're seeing me right now, I'm not reality. Your reality is your imagination, because everybody is looking at me here right now, right? But everybody sees me differently. Everyone is having a different perspective of me. So the outside is the same, it's objective, right? But the way you see me differs for everybody. Some people are like, what is she talking about? Some people are like, oh, she's making sense. Some people are focused elsewhere. Does that make sense? Thanks, Naqshbandi. I had it done yesterday. What do you mean by changing your imagination? So changing your imagination, so let's say you have an important meeting coming up. Naturally, you'll want to imagine what that will go like, right? How it will ensue. That's you imagining. So depending on what you imagine is what you'll draw into your reality. What are you giving your energy to? Are you imagining a great scenario where things work out in the meeting, things work in your favor because they always do? Or will they not work out because you'll stutter and you'll mess it up or something? Exactly, you change your fate as you change your way forward. Beautiful name, by the way. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yesterday we were a bit different. What do you mean, VJ? Isn't like the people? Life is always changing, right? I guess we'll always be very different. And hey, everybody coming in. I guess we are. What do you have to change? What's the topic today? Well, I mean, the topic today, life is a dream, lest we take it so seriously. And the thing is, I love to type it into like any dream that I have. I type into ChatGPT, and it just came up with the most wonderful points, you know. It said, you know, the dream was a powerful spiritual realization, because in the dream, as soon as you became aware, the stress dissolved. That was true. As soon as I became aware, yes, life is a dream. It is mentioned everywhere. It is a dream. Okay, but how? Of course, you know that. But like, to live from that, like embody that truth, right? To embody the idea that life is a dream. How often do you do that? Are you prone to taking life really seriously and getting lost in like the Maya, in the illusion of things, in problems that present themselves that aren't really problems, that aren't really that deep? Do you react? Do you get triggered? You know? Yeah, you were saying to experience that. Exactly. And I had that experience when I was dreaming. I had that experience of, I knew that this was a dream. And then I remember thinking, I have to tell people this. I have to tell people that in life, when things get too stressful, tell yourself that it's just a dream. Because it is a dream. The stress dissolves when you know it's a dream. Are you studying something like psychology or like that subject? Because when you speak, you hear in deep mind. No, I don't study psychology. I just, awareness makes you incredibly intelligent, I think. Tell us about your dream. Okay, so VJ, the dream, I just remember it being stressful. Okay, it was being stressful. And then I remember at one point, so I was so caught up in like, I'm being stressed, oh my god, this is not happening, like things are going like badly, right? And then eventually I got to the point where I realized I'm dreaming. This is just a dream. I don't have to stress anymore. It's not real. Like, I can just chill. And that's, if we can take that mentality and bring it to real life. It was as if I was half awake, half asleep, thinking, I need to tell people this. Like, this is groundbreaking. Of course, Naqshbandi said, you know, that like, yeah, everybody knows life is a dream, but okay, yeah, you know it, but how often do you embody it, right? Like, how relaxed do you feel? Because when you know that life is just a dream, you should be relaxed. You should be chilling, okay? You should be having the best time of your life. But you're like, oh, I'm just like a bird, you know? I'm just like, I'm like a fairy, and this is a dream, and I don't have to take things seriously, and I won't have to get triggered or like react to people or take things personally or cry about this and continue to cry about this and continue to live in the past. When it's just a dream. It's just a dream. The awareness collapses the suffering. If you are suffering, you don't understand that it's just a dream. You're taking it far too seriously. And reality too, in some sense, because that is important. I'm not my body, I'm not my mind, I'm the creator of my own reality, pretending I'm not. I love that, Christopher. Yes, beyond relaxed. Good, I'm glad. It was the stress that led me to my awakening. It usually is, you know. It's like, I'm getting the image of a pressure cooker, and inside the pressure cooker there's pressure, right? There's an element of suffering happening in a pressure cooker, and then it explodes, and then it like opens up, and then it just like awakens, you know. So there was this guy who was talking about, you know, who comes onto the spiritual path, and he said people who are really suffering, or people who have it all outside them but they're still not happy, because objective experience can never fulfill you. What do you think will make you happy? Bold Grover, I'm not AI. Why do you think I'm AI? I'm not AI. I was talking about the pressure cooker. The awakening. You know, they call it an awakening because you become I don't have everything I want, but I have everything I need. Interesting. Okay. I'm glad to hear that, Grey Wolf. Today everything is far too realistic. What do you mean? I just remember the point. Then I forgot it again. My mind has gone blank. You know, today, so I was in the park, okay, after I've had this dream, right? I was like, I feel really calm right now. I feel so relaxed. And I was taking a walk through the park, and for the first time, I just sat and I was just present. I was so incredibly present. And I could feel, like, I know there are two sounds, okay? There are two sources of noises in your life. There's the noise that you hear from the outside, through your ears, okay, through your senses. And then there is an inner voice. What I would say the inner voice is like, I would liken it to a parrot. You know how a parrot, it repeats things, it just talks all the time. Let's say a thought comes like, oh, it's cold today. And it's like, oh, it's cold today. Oh, did I know it was going to be cold today? I knew it was cold today. I should have worn a coat. I should have done this. Will it be cold tomorrow? Was it cold yesterday? Will it be cold next year? Oh my God, global warming. That's the parrot, okay? That's the nature of the mind, okay? So we have the senses, that's one voice, sound, right? One source of like a sound. And then we have the mind, which is like a parrot. So how can we be present if there are two different noises? So let's say I'm having a conversation with someone. They're here, right? They're talking to me. I now have two voices. I have the inner voice that's blah, 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 blah. Oh, what should I say about this? What should I say about this? Oh, I should say this. This would be a good comeback. This would be a comeback. Oh my God, this happened to me too. What's this person is talking to me? So when I'm so preoccupied with the voice inside of me about what I need to say next, or what about this, what about this, what about this, how much attention am I actually paying to the person next to me? You know, how present are you? It's difficult to be present when that voice is always going. That's why they say, you know, listen to understand. Don't listen to just respond. And when you meditate, when you get into moments of flow, and that could be in any way, right? That could be through dancing, it could be through listening to some music, it could be working out, it could be sitting down and just meditating, watching your breath. Then you know what the baseline is. You know what it feels like to be aware of the voice that's going on in your mind, right? Just listen and chill. We have to suffer pain to feel true joy. We need to embrace suffering as a part of complete consciousness. Exactly. Who said that human life is meant to be without suffering? Who said that? You know, who said that we're not meant to experience pain or any sort of discomfort, and only then is it a perfect human experience? Maybe a perfect human experience is experiencing it all. What if there's more than two voices and they're all alarmingly accurate? It's impossible. They can't be, because your voices, because consciousness and like has no voice. It's silent. Who you truly are has no voice. That's why childhood felt so amazing. That's why you were so present, because your voice didn't have that much power. It didn't have, that's what I feel like personally anyway, when I think back to it. The voice in my head wasn't so powerful. It was a little bit, but it wasn't so overwhelming as it can be when you grow older, you know? And it takes on different personalities. It takes on you, and then you in like your mother's tone, you in your father's tone, you and your friends, you and your partners and your co-workers and your grandma and your granddad, right? It's just you, but it's you playing mommy, it's you playing daddy, it's you playing your sister, your partner. Speaking back to yourself about what you think they would say, but it's you. What's the Mendi style? I don't know. It's like a very traditional Mendi style, I believe. We should learn to ignore that voice. We should learn to become more aware of that voice. And what you see is that with more awareness that you give it, you realize that it's not the truth, that you're not the voice. And it helps you to not get so lost in it. And then there's a stage where the voice will disappear eventually when you give it so much awareness. That music was already there. We just need to listen and see what it was made for. Can't you multiply 3 people through this? May God bless you. Oh, thank you. I knew what trains that voice, what to speak. What trains that voice? Okay, I think the outside world and yourself and the people you come into contact with, they're always training that voice. Let me go through the different levels of consciousness, okay? That ChatGPT told me that exist. Let me just have some Bonnie. Okay. There are different levels to a to conscious awakening, okay? So level 1 is identification. The dream feels real. This is a dream. in level 1, it feels real. You're not dreaming, it's reality, right? That's what you think. You think you are your thoughts, your emotions, and your situations. Then there's level 2, which is disidentification. You observe your life. You notice patterns and realize you can change them. Level 3, creative consciousness. You recognize that you shape reality. You understand manifestation, identity shifting, and nervous system regulation. You understand that it is you that informs life, that it is through your beliefs and your perspective and the way you see things that informs life. So level 4, it's lucid consciousness. It's life is a dream and you're waking up inside of it. That's why they say, you know, my awakening or whatnot, because you're waking up in the dream. You're like, this is the dream. Yikes. Where you see life symbolically, you know, you become less reactive. You feel more stillness. Fear is dissolved because when you're dreaming and you know you're dreaming, is it scary anymore? Let's say you're some monster is chasing you in your dream, okay? The moment you realize it's a dream, you're like, wait, why am I scared? This is just a dream. Right? Your mind can be your greatest enemy or your best friend. Any thoughts? Yeah, okay. I mean, I can see where that is coming from. Of course, it can be, you know, depending on the thoughts that you have. But what I like to teach is to go beyond the mind. Because something beyond the mind exists. And it has great peace. It is your godly nature. It is your true nature. That is where you belong. That is who you are. And that doesn't look at the mind or whether the mind is your friend or not, because we don't need to make the mind our friend. We just need to watch it, right? And not identify with it. What do you think about these people who don't focus on their life and waste their time thinking he did this to me, that to me? What do you think? That's victim mentality. That's a very low level of consciousness. That is where you have given your power away, and a lot of people reside in this. Okay, a lot of people give that power away. It's codependency. You are codependent with life. You have said, oh, I'm not God, I'm not responsible for things, I don't want to be responsible. You know why? Because human beings have a responsibility to awaken their consciousness, to evolve in their consciousness. Animals can't do that. Animals got to a certain point, right? They do that as a species, okay? They evolve or die as a species. Whereas human beings have an ability to individually develop their consciousness. Because what do you see? We can see someone who's asleep and someone who's enlightened, right? It doesn't matter, like, if they're both human. They can, one can be at a stage of enlightenment or one can be like purely asleep. So what was the question again? Wait, sorry. Oh, you retracted it. Oh, why do you retract it? Yeah, different people. So we have a responsibility to understand that we are the creators of our life. Being a victim is like things are happening to me, and the opposite of that, right? The other side of the spectrum of that would be, I did this. I created these things outside of me. Therefore, I have the power to take control and change things because I am the cause of them. The victim is like, the cause of my problems are outside of me. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's not me, right? They look at everything outside of them but themselves. They will be the unhappiest. They will be the most insecure. They will be the most dangerous. They are the most evil, the most mean. They're the bullies, right? A victim is a bully. Why does a bully develop? A bully is being bullied, and then the bully bullies people because it's like, I'm being bullied, now I will bully you, because it's at that frequency. Being a victim renders you powerless in life. You give your power away. You get stuck in negative karmic loops. Things get worse and worse. Because what happens to a victim? A victim frequency is like, God, I love being a victim, okay? I love blaming people. The blame is always outside of me. People are always doing things to me. And what you're doing is unconsciously, you're saying, God, please give me more. Please give me more people to cause me problems. Please make me a victim over and over again, because this is who I identify as. Have I ever been the overpowered one in a dream? Oh yeah, probably. But in what sense? I'm playing cards and my queen is missing. That's the first one, Nitin, and wow, I like it. Smooth. But we have to live with our mind throughout our life. Do we have to just be aware of it or train it? Because the mind can take charge at any time. Be aware of it. Being aware of it is so much more powerful than training it. I mean, you can train it too. You can do both, okay? But awareness is the height of it all. Because awareness is like, I rise beyond trying to train this thing. I just watch it. I can see its antics. Because once you get into the mind is so intelligent. It is so powerful. It will just take you down here, take you here, take you here, make you feel like this is real, this is real, this is real. It is only through high observation, just observation and witnessing it, that you see its antics. And then you are in a state of bliss, in a state of peace. You're not doing anything, you're just watching. That's God. That's what God does. God is just an observer. How do you know that the collective outlook, that is a collective outlook, but only God knows that, sorry. How do you know that the possibilities upon animal mind attainable? I read in a book about like by Osho. He was an enlightened individual, right? He was speaking about this, and to be honest, it makes sense. Because animals aren't known individually, right? You don't know, and oh, like, that's a pig, that's his name, look, it's Bruce the pig. Yeah, Bruce the pig did this, Bruce the pig is like this. No, it's like, oh, look, that's Osho, that's Buddha, that's Guru Nanak Ji. You know, humans have that ability. We have a different level of consciousness compared to animals. So we have the responsibility to awaken, to know our truth. Animals act in a particular way, like they have animalistic nature, right? Like that. Sometimes humans are said to have that, because if they don't awaken, they stay animals. There's no difference between them and animals. They are on that level of consciousness. Is being aware of the mind end goal? Yeah, being aware of the mind, knowing you are not the mind, is the end goal. You won't even need to train it. Just watch it. Victim will learn or die. Yeah, exactly. It's your choice on how you react to outside experience. Exactly. That is the pure Guri. That's Guri was talking about the enlightened, not the ego. I like fire burns everything, and it's like the eye, like earth. You put garbage in that, gives you a flower. Wow. Okay, Scottish Summer. My Instagram is Scorpio Sage 8. So it's the same as my live. So you can contact me there. Hey Vinay, good to see you. Why should we be aware of our mind? What's the purpose? Why not let it control you? I mean, have you seen the way that people act when they allow their mind to control them? Your mind is freaking crazy. Your mind is a psychopath. Your whole, like, people who are suffering suffer because of their mind. Suffering is found in the mind. When you go beyond the mind, there is peace. Because God is beyond the mind. And to be with God is to be in ultimate peace and bliss. The mind can't give you peace and bliss. The mind's nature, that's what you have to understand. The mind was once more. The mind is, you know, it's consists of thoughts, and then thoughts are formed by the ego, right? And the ego feels attacked. The ego feels separate. The ego feels defensive. The ego feels like it needs to create stories to stay alive. The ego needs to have a dysregulated nervous system. So where does the info come from? Who diagnosed the animal mind? Who diagnosed the animal mind? Observation by human beings. Henna is back. Yes. Animal instinct is different than thinking and causing or taking action for different results. Okay, being aware of the mind. What's the next step? What to do next? Just be aware of the mind. That's it. And then go with the flow of life. Because when you're aware of the mind, you're being present. When you're in the present moment, you can know what real-time data is coming in, right? And then you can work on that. Like, an opportunity may come your way, but you're so lost in your overthinking, you don't even see it. It's right in front of you. There could be so many people being lovely to you, you know, wanting to offer you things, but you're so lost in your mind, you don't even see it. So that's why it's so important to be aware and present. Basically, people looked at animals and said they don't have it. Not good enough for me. Just so don't give you crying and laugh at the same time. You can take a screenshot of you. This is a BMW. I can connect with animals. Oh, I love that. Different to most, they can gauge your aura in a way. It's true. Hey, Greg. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Hi, Michael. Lies with this mind BS. Okay, thank you. We are consciousness experience being a human for a little while. Exactly. Christopher's got it. I'm lost in your eyes. Is that instinct? I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me that. Days roll into nights and nights roll into days when you touch me like that. Can't get away. I'm so present in your presence. Try to leave. Oh God. Okay. Thanks for above. After being aware of your mind, what next? What to do next? Just get to the point where you can be aware of your mind, and then just see how you feel and just let it, like, it's not like a step-by-step thing, you know. Being aware of the mind means that you are like raising your levels of consciousness, right? You're being more conscious, you're being more aware, and being more aware in every area of your life will improve it. In every area of your life, being conscious will just infinitely improve it. I'm good, thanks. I'm sure this has been already asked, but what's with the red handouts? It's henna. I don't know. I just felt like having it. It's yeah, it's just a way that Indians like celebrate, right? Like they get it on their like weddings or something. Like if you're getting married, I mean any celebration or whatever you want, really. And it's my birthday tomorrow, so I just decided to get some done. Why not? If I say to you in Hindi, "Aap bahut pyare ho," is that okay? That is okay. Dhanwad aapka. Damn. Okay, thank you, William. I told you earlier that the mind is like a shepherd that saves our souls from the ego that wants to eat the soul. Okay, that wants to eat the soul, which is the sheep. The mind, the shepherd. Okay, wait. The mind is like a shepherd that saves our soul. So the mind is a shepherd that saves us all from the ego, okay, that wants to eat. But what is the difference between the mind and the ego? I'm telling you now, animals have conscious mind. In my opinion, they just don't even need to talk. It's a body language. It looks telepathic. Yeah, I mean, of course they have I'm not saying that animals don't have consciousness. They do. They're extremely intelligent, you know. They just have a different level of consciousness compared to us, though. I don't know if animals can become enlightened. Can they? I don't think so. Because when you reach at that stage, mind, your every soul is good and enlightened. When will you give me a Hello. In the inaugural breath of awakening, consciousness unfurls like a mist parting from the unyielding contours of truth. The transient spark that only reignites the world but also unfurls for it. I'm gonna have to read that again. Okay. The inaugural breath of awakening, the consciousness unfurls like mist. Jeez, profoundly written. Thank you, Samurai Mandy. But we are rising our levels of consciousness. So for what we are doing it, just live with it for 100 years and die. So what's the difference in an ordinary people and us both live and die? Okay. So you're raising your level of consciousness to understand the truth of life, so that you can begin to live as a conscious creator, and and have an experience that something doesn't have to be like have a purpose, to be meaningful, to have value. So there is no point to this life. We're just having the experiences, that's it. The point is whatever you make the point to be. But to be more conscious means that you'll have a more like experience less suffering in your life. Happy birthday, wish I could sing it to you. Oh, thank you, Michael. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'll probably come on live tomorrow and say hello. You can, yeah, I guess you can't sing it. It's okay. I'll feel it energetically if you do. Priya, I don't get it. People do nothing and get views and thousands on their streams, and you are an energetic person replying totally to everyone, but still you should have at least like 2 million subs. It's okay, Josefa. It's I appreciate you, and things. Slow growth is the most natural thing, right? It's you just have to continue doing what you do for the joy of it, rather than the expectation of something. Of course, it would be great to be able to help so many more people, and I'm sure eventually it'll be like that. So don't worry, I like your thinking anyway. Thank you. Even a rock, yes, even a rock is consciousness. Christopher, I'm really interested. Have you read the book Conversations with God? Animals have conscious mind. That is true, but for example, their example of humans was given to us in another form. In the glorious Quran, the example is given for the mankind that they become the worst than animals. Yeah, is it they become worse because they actually know they could know better, but they don't, right? I think what she means is self-awareness. A rock can and has, it can be, everything has consciousness, literally everything. This water has consciousness, this bottle has consciousness, AI has consciousness, everything is consciousness. There is nothing but consciousness, right? All these deep knowledge takes us to the point that there is a greater intelligence than was present. Yeah, exactly. Do I wear a turban? Interesting question. But no. What do you think about the men who see their wife as a stress relieving machine? Oh my god. You're screwed. That's what I think. To be honest, okay, maybe in a way, because women have a natural way they have a way with the emotional world, right, with the spiritual world. So in terms of stress relieving, I can see why a man could think that, because being in a woman's company is like being in nothing else. A woman's company is extremely wonderful for a man to be in. Calming and regulating the nervous system. I guess it depends also on the lady, maybe not always, but yeah, so I can see why they would think that. But a woman can't solve all your problems. We get sold this fantasy, right? This story of, oh, just get married and everything will be okay and you'll live happily ever after. But your partner is not responsible for your happiness. Your partner is not meant to be your stress relief. Of course, you can feel wonderful in their presence, but the onus is on you to do that for yourself. Look at it this way. The ego would be considered as an instinct or state of awareness. The ego would be considered as an instinct. Okay, the mind is available for anything to be except projected. As that doll was a vehicle, but not just a doll. Rock carving, seawood. We can write a few words, tell you to remember to do something about it. We can make a full point, but thankful for this too. A philosophical interaction. I thought I locked it. Yeah, sorry. I'm so cold.
Look.
How does the plastic ball has consciousness? Oh my god, that looks so
Okay,
good.
some are really long and some are really short.
Is it the
so-
same color as your last one? It's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. Which one's better? I like the other one more.
They're both wonderful.
No, I was trying to get like the exact same, and I thought it was this, but Sherlock
You should take a picture of it next time. Of which one it is. Do you want to say hello?
Hi guys.
Okay, Sadhguru. Are you a human being on a spiritual journey, or you're a spiritual being on a human journey? I am a spiritual being on a spiritual human journey. Whoa, I'm behind. Is your twin around you? No, it's my other sister, but she gets camera shy. Yeah. Why? She's like this.
I'm cold as well.
This is how you live forever. You can live forever. I think, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry. Today's a short one.
How's it only been 46 minutes?
No, it's because someone saying hey to you, Mr. 313. We're having a warm conversation. Welcome, friend. But yeah, no, I was recording a YouTube video and I recorded some short form content as well. How long has it been, you
reckon? Like 2 hours, isn't it?
It's been 2 hours.
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Come on, don't be camera shy. You're a pre-assist. You must be a model too. she's definitely shy. Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Okay, I gotta go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Bye. Why do you